In this lesson, family nurse practitioner Hollie Hristov discusses how lifelong learning boosts cognitive reserve and neuroplasticity, helping you stay mentally sharp and protecting your brain as you age.
So, as we age, cognitive stimulation and lifelong learning are super important because those that have greater cognitive reserve can actually adapt better to age related brain changes. So, learning new things and cognitive stimulation on a consistent basis is a way to improve neuroplasticity or the brain's ability to generate new neural connections over time, which is going to lead to stronger backup pathways in the brain. So, say in the unfortunate event you are diagnosed with a neurodegenerative disease, you're going to have more backup to kind of keep you in the game longer. Staying cognitively engaged can also impact the brain's ability to form new neurons, importantly in the memory center of the brain, the hippocampus. So, some activities that can keep your brain active. Most importantly, learning new skills. So, things like a foreign language, we always recommend to our patients. How to play a musical instrument, taking adult education classes, for example, like cooking, pottery, painting, dance. These are all really great ways to mentally challenge the brain in a healthy way. Also, physical activity that acquires mental processing is really greatly beneficial. So something where you have to use coordination, like a sport with a racket, like pickleball, for example, is a great way to use coordination, physical endurance, and also mental load. Reading, especially challenging literature, can be impactful. Staying socially active and engaged is also a major component. Those are all really great ways to, and easy enough to use throughout your day. So, mental activities like puzzles and strategy games or learning new skills are all greatly important. However, to really make a lasting impact, learning new skills is probably better in terms of improving neural connections over time. Puzzles or strategy based games like Sudoku, crosswords can all help improve mental sharpness and provide some short term effects. But to really have a longer impact, you want something that's going to challenge you in a way where you have to integrate new knowledge into your brain and interpret it. You're not going to lose if you combine both, like if you're doing, new skills plus puzzles and things like that. But if you want more benefit, you're probably going to want to focus more on learning a new skill. So some of the activities, passive activities that, we all enjoy to do at some point, like watching TV, for example, has its time and place, but it's really not, yes, you can be engaged emotionally, but it's really not cognitively engaging you. You really need to focus on maintaining engagement in terms of like mental exercises or lifelong learning. That's how you're going to benefit your brain health. And, there's ways to do that are also super passive, like listening to classical music is also a really great way, and it's just a bit more challenging for your brain to interpret. So there's ways to do it, but you really need to find a way to blend these activities into your daily life to support your cognitive vitality and overall well-being. So, in terms of whether to assess if your job is impacting you in a beneficial way cognitively, if you're feeling mentally challenged, that's a great tell-all. If you're required to use, I would say, critical thinking skills or problem-solving skills on a consistent basis, that's super beneficial. If you are more socially isolated in your job, this is really can be seen in people that work remote, that can have a negative impact. You want to walk away from a work day feeling like you've contributed and you were challenged in a healthy way and not stuck in like a monotonous environment. You also want to have the ability to grow in your role and not be complacent over time. So that's also something that's super important and builds cognitive reserve as you get more challenged as you progress in the roles. Overly stressful work environments also are probably super cognitively engaged, but they can have a negative impact on the brain because you're increasing stress. So long term is really you really have to be mindful of that balance. For those individuals that are retired, it can be a slippery slope because when someone retires, they might lose a sense of purposeness. So, typically we recommend our patients that aren't retired yet, a few years out, like find the hobbies that you enjoy, get on boards if you can, or become engaged in volunteering. Just really hone in on those things that you think you'll enjoy long term. Because once you retire, you may have that feeling like, oh, what am I contributing now? And that can really impact someone's risk for neurocognitive decline.
We hope you enjoyed this video. To access a free Mastering Brain Health course led by Dr. Richard Isaacson, visit ind.org/learn. And to directly contribute to IND's research efforts, visit ind.org/donate.